There is a video that has been circulating around that is Liver King, and he has obviously been caught using steroids, right? And there's a video he put up that's an apology for it. So as everyone else is covering that video, we wanted to cover the video as well, but in maybe a little bit of a different fashion than you might expect. We know that he lied. We all lie from time to time. But what about this video is... what are the strategic ways that we're being manipulated in this video that transcend just the video? It's how people kind of like lie about the truth. For me, I have 3 ways. I've got 3 things that I've highlighted in the Liver King video that are noteworthy that you can, if you watch and pay attention and learn this, then this can be helpful in just communicating with people in general. This could be helpful to make sure that if someone's apologizing to you, you can really listen with a more developed ear to whether this person's being genuine with their heartfelt apology or they're trying to minimize it and skirt around it. And then secondarily, you can avoid these missteps that Liver King made in this video that make sure the people that you're apologizing to do not feel apologized to, nor do they feel understood for what you did. In this case, lie about steroid use and sell a lot of supplements on the basis of those lies. So, yeah. You guys ready to hop into this and cover together?
Oh, yeah.
Out of my 3 things, 2 of the things are negative, and then 1 is a positive of this video. So let's hop into it.
Primals, I'm making this video to apologize. Because I fucked up. Because I'm embarrassed and ashamed. Because I lied. And I misled a lot of people.
That would be a great place to stop the video. Liver King.
Seriously.
16 seconds is all we need, man. If someone apologizes to you and it takes 16 seconds and they say, hey, I fucked up and I made some bad decisions and that's it, then great apology. Unfortunately for us, this apology lasts 6 minutes and 34 seconds.
I've stated that this is a complicated as fuck topic, at least to me it is, because before social media, I was rich and anonymous. And after social media, I'm still rich, but no longer anonymous. And I never expected this kind of exposure in the public eye. It's been tricky as fuck to navigate. Well, clearly I did it wrong. And I'm here now to set the record straight.
Number 1, what we're about to see is when someone is apologizing to you and it's not a genuine apology, they will begin to create a world in which they are okay for what they did. And that's what we're about to see here. The 4,000 people every day that are sad, the 80,000 people, and he's going to take it on his back to make a difference in the world. And yeah, okay, maybe I juiced.
Yes, I've done steroids. And yes, I am on steroids, monitored and managed by a trained hormone clinician. Liver King, the public figure, was an experiment to spread the message, to bring awareness to the 4,000 people a day who kill themselves. The 80,000 people a day that try to kill themselves. Our people are hurting at record rates.
I took steroids. But this whole thing was an attempt to spread awareness. Liver King, the character, was an attempt to spread awareness of this horrible issue. This gets really like politician-y right off the bat, right?
To kill themselves. Our people are hurting at record rates with depression, autoimmune, anxiety, infertility, low ambition in life.
Why are we talking about infertility and low desire? Dude, You're supposed to be apologizing. You know? It sounds like you're pitching me on something.
Well, I'll be honest, too, and I feel like sometimes when I apologize even, that I feel compelled to paint myself out to be like not that bad of a guy in the situation. Nice. You know, so it's like, yeah, I messed up. You know, I'm sorry, all this kind of, but, you know, you guys got to look at it from, it really doesn't matter at that point.
Yeah, 100%. I appreciate that too, man.
It takes away from your actual apology.
100, and that's what's funny about that too. And I do it. You do it. Yeah. Ickles, you do it.
I do
Ickles
it.
We're human.
We're human, man. So we don't want people to think we're bad people, because what happens to bad people? They go to hell, all right? They get ostracized from the group and they get kicked out. But here's a noble idea. What if you're really concerned when you're apologizing to someone, truly, if you're really concerned that when you apologize to them, that what if fully embracing my wrongdoing makes me look really bad, like I really fucked up? You did.
It's a hard pill to swallow.
Yeah, you did. Maybe the thing that would make that person, maybe the thing that would reconcile that relationship the most would be the courage it takes to say, I absolutely fucked up. And I don't even want to try to paint to you me being a great person. Obviously, I'm a good person. Obviously, I do good things, but not in this scenario. I really fucked up in this scenario.
Yeah.
What do you think, Christian?
Our young men are hurting the most, feeling lost, weak, and
It's really hard to even make it past a few seconds. And that maybe this is here's the point. We can pick up, we're being taught something right now. You know? Like we're being shown something. You could even say sold. Liver King, Brian Johnson. You're cool, dude. You're worthy of love. You're awesome. And I hope you feel some relief from probably a lot of the scrutiny that people are giving you by this video, if you see it, because I have no intention of shaming you and thinking you're a bad guy. I don't think these guys do either. There is no need to sell people on your apology. You can just apologize.
so I made it my job to model, teach, and preach a simple, elegant solution called ancestral living, the 9 ancestral tenets, so our people no longer have to suffer, so we can collectively express our highest and most dominant form. This is my fight. This is why I exist. While spreading the message, I've been on several podcasts, and when asked if I've ever taken steroids, I've always said no. I don't touch the stuff, not gonna touch the stuff, never touch the stuff. That was a lie. I've convinced myself that this had nothing to do with the ancestral message. I convinced myself that
The second very sly, deceptive strategy when apologizing to people. Some people might listen to this and like take notes and actually be like, okay, I'm gonna start using that. I'm not trying to quit, you fuck boys. Yeah. But the second thing that you can do if you'd like to be a better liar, or a worse apologizer, is to dissociate yourself from the person who did that thing. So lucky for Liver King, he has a whole internet persona that he can do that sort of scapegoat scenario with. But you can even do it with yourself and show how that was vacation you, or that was club you, or I was with my boys, or that was the scenario, the situation. It's laying the blame on where you're at or the kind of person you were under that scenario, or for this instance, that was Liver King. What I think is interesting is this is very particular, even the way he talks about himself. I convinced myself that the way he says that sounds like the way you say, he made me do this. It's like
accusatory.
It's still accusatory. There's a lot of blame coming out of his body, blaming what happened. He made me, I had to, and it's being forced into the words, I did this. It sounds as if he genuinely has a bone to pick with himself. He's pissed that he himself had convinced himself to get to a place where he allowed himself to manipulate and lie to a lot of people.
Mm-hmm. I've convinced myself that this had nothing to do with the ancestral message. I convinced myself that I'm not a competitive athlete of any kind, so who the fuck am I cheating?
Everybody.
I convinced myself that this would overshadow the 36 years of working out, usually twice a day, without PEDs.
That right there is interesting to me. Like I thought my usage of steroids was going to cloud my 36 years of hard work.
Twice a day.
Right? And, as a fitness professional myself, like I understand, like you don't just take steroids and look like that.
Of course.
You still have to diet. You still have to like put in the work, so there's no doubt in my mind that he did work very hard to get to where he's at.
Yeah. In Liver King's defense, we'll defend him. You shouldn't, Liver King. You should just be apologizing. And then people, if you just apologize, that's the cool thing. Here's the interesting thing. If you just apologize to Liver King, Brian, if you just apologize to Brian, then other people would defend you. That's the interesting thing. If you just apologize, people will defend you. Defend yourself, no one gives a fuck. So a little bit of life lesson there. I could see where he comes from. Where he's like, dude, I fucking worked out 36 years, twice a day. I'm a motherfucker. I'm the unit. And it's not just because of steroids. That would be cool. That would be so, so cool. I think where it gets a little unethical is not that he didn't come out and say that. He didn't just come out and say, I take steroids, but just be an ass on a bunch of platforms Are you on steroids? And it's like, I've never touched this stuff and I never will. You know, a little bit odd.
Mm-hmm. Another thing I find interesting, he continues to like repeat the words, I convinced myself.
Yeah.
Like, I convinced myself that this is like, he's also trying to convince the audience of his reality. Like, I convinced myself that I was this, da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
And he just said it like 10 times.
Almost trying to invoke sympathy.
Yeah.
Like, I convinced myself that it didn't matter. And that's why I did what I did. Dude, we don't need to know why you did what you did. You did what you did, and an apology is in order. That's the cool part. That's the really, like, nuanced observation about this that I think is cool. And I think I hear it from you too, that I convinced myself. It's like pushing the blame onto himself in a really weird way. Like if you made someone mad and then you just beat yourself up in their presence, like, oh, I'm the fucking worst, man. I'm a piece of fucking shit, you know? It almost makes them, out of human decency and consideration,
Feel bad for
then, like, you hurt them. And then now they're like, they're there, Christian. You know, it's okay, buddy. It's all right.
Yeah.
It's so immature to hurt someone and then you beat yourself up so that they come and save the person burning. Take it. I hurt you. That fucking sucks, and you have every right to take your time till you want to talk to me until we can reconcile this relationship. And when you do, I will have had time to reflect on what I did, understand how I hurt you.
I want a speech therapist to go over his video and like analyze. Have you watched those videos where like body language specialists and like speech specialists will like overanalyze apology videos and show you like when the person doesn't actually care about what they're apologizing about?
Oh, it looks like this.
And it's not genuine.
It looks like this.
Yeah, this is textbook. This is the manual.
Yeah, this dude looks like he is. It's interesting. It's like he's trying to lead us into battle with his apology. You know, I have been. You know, like, dude, what the fuck? Do you have a different tone?
But almost on a weird level, like it kind of works. Like you're kind of like, dang, man, I see where you're coming from.
It does,
which is what he's trying to get across.
But here's the thing: look at those fucking chest muscles. Look at this dude. He is representing the manliest man you could be, the strongest version of himself, the highest form of yourself. Brian Johnson, the highest form of yourself would be admitting where you're wrong and owning it, and not spending 6 minutes and 34 seconds trying to minimize your mistake. Do better.
Or after a few GBs, but pick your poison.
What is it?
I said your highest self is also after a few GBs.
That'd be so funny. The only option he has now is to totally change paths, become a pothead, and just like, you're still barefoot, you know.
Be enlightened.
I've convinced myself that this was the vocal minority, usually in the fitness category, driving to an unproductive conversation.
I just want to note again, I convinced myself, I did this, I'm angry about this, I'm repulsed, so you don't have to be. I know what I did was wrong. This isn't about you. And this is not Liver King either. This is the way we talk when we're defending ourselves. I know what I did. I did it because my back was against the wall. I know what I did was wrong, and I'm sorry. It's like, you said the words, but I don't know that it's resonated with you, that you hurt me and that you're really trying to reconcile.
And I had convinced myself that this would be the wrong message to send to the 15-year-old boys. So I continually dismissed it, and I dug myself into a bigger and deeper hole.
Man, I'm stopping this video a lot more than I thought we were going to stop this video. It's totally rich with this stuff. If you've seen Lion King? You guys ever seen Lion King?
Oh, yeah.
Scar. You know Scar?
Yeah.
And he's just like...
He gives me Scar vibes.
It's Scar vibes, man, because it's like, I didn't want to, mislead the young people and make them think steroids were okay. And you're like, how did we get here?
Yeah.
How did we get... Hold on. Sometimes with people this guy... Praise to Brian Johnson, you are a fan-fucking-tastic manipulator. A fantastic manipulator. Well, you're doing a fantastic job manipulating. Hopefully you don't do this all the time. I don't know. I try to defend you, buddy. This is like disorienting. Yeah. How did we get here? I didn't do it. I didn't want to mislead. the young people to make them think steroids were okay. You wouldn't want me to do that, would you? What do you think? It's a good idea? You're like, what the fuck? What? No, we're not talking. No.
Yeah.
We're not talking about the fact that you're trying to encourage people to do steroids and young people. We're not talking about that. How did we get there? If you can, I really hope with this show, the intention of all of the shows that I do is about sharing feelings and insights and understandings about the human experience, not strategies and techniques necessarily so that you can never be lied to again, but ways to feel and to tune into how you are responding to what someone says to you. And if someone's apologizing to you and you feel yourself starting to be sympathetic towards them, wait, hold on. Mm-hmm. Why am I feeling sympathetic towards you? There must be some fuckery afoot. There must be some type of, are you like pulling at my heartstrings? You're trying to get me to like feel bad for you. Hold on. I'll gladly feel bad for you another day. I would love to feel bad for you about things that have happened in your life. That's totally cool. I'm down for that. Right now, though, I think it's feel bad for me time, isn't it? So can we hold hands and join together in feeling bad for me? All right, and go.
I have only myself to blame. I did that. And it was all wrong. I will be better. I will talk about it openly because I believe that there's a time and a place for pharmacological intervention monitored and managed by a trained hormone physician.
Now we're talking about safe use of steroids. Mm-hmm. I believe there's a time for pharmacological intervention from a trained professional with a doctor involved. And it's important that when you do it, you use the right antibiotics. And you're like, what are you?
Now this just became educational.
Yeah, okay, first I was sympathetic. And well, first you motivated me with the 4,000, 80,000 numbers of people killing themselves. Then I was sympathetic, right? And now I'm learning from this guy. Oh, thank you, my father, for teaching me. This is like, and we're 3 minutes into this. Yeah. This is fantastic language. If Liver King doesn't run for office, it would be a waste of talent.
In 2021, when I was 43 years old, I didn't feel 100% physically or cognitively. So I went to get monitored and managed by a trained hormone clinician to see what the fuck was going on with my life. And so yes, it's true. I have tried several peptide combinations in an effort to increase my growth hormone, and it didn't work, meaning that my levels still remained below the normal level. So yes.
Okay, here's the interesting thing. Here's what's going on in my brain. Here's what I'm thinking. If you look at the blood work that he has, if you look at the detailed analysis by More Plates, More Dates, you'll see that what he's talking right now, it alludes to some truth. It seems to be that this was the case, that he was below the normal range for growth hormone, at least in whatever would be the normal range. I don't know what that would be. Maybe he's talking about normal range for bodybuilders or athletes. I'm not sure. But it seems that it does feel like there's some truth to what he's saying, and also it seems like there's some backup for it in the videos that I've seen. If that was the truth, and that you had taken steroids to achieve a normal level of testosterone because you abnormally were lower, then this whole apology wouldn't need any of the grandiose or the preparation and the intensity and the I fucked up. Did you fuck up, or did you take steroids because you needed to because you're below the normal level?
Yeah, I don't think even we deserve an apology if it's that case. Like,
that's exactly
if
right.
My growth hormone are so bad, like me as a person, it's almost like not saying, oh, I have an insecurity and like this is why I'm taking it, but it's like, oh, I have a medical condition and this is why I'm taking it. Well, if it's a medical condition, why are you lying about it? Like, so, what's the lie about?
Here's the thing: do you need to say you're sorry if you took medicine or steroids because you're below the normal range? No. So if I do tell you I'm sorry and then I explain to you that I was below the normal range, then it just negates my apology. There's no apology.
It's also true that I've tried pharmaceutical grade growth hormone, and I finally found success in managing therapeutic levels in the normal range.
Again, that negates the whole apology.
Yeah.
Why are we having an apology? Why is there an apology? Brian Johnson, my boy, my dude, if that's true, what the fuck are we talking about? Mm-hmm. What the fuck are we even talking about? Maybe you're talking about I lied. Maybe that's what he's saying. Maybe he's saying I'm sorry because I lied about it. Maybe not sorry because I took steroids. Maybe he's being a little more authentic than I even think. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he's saying, hey, look, I'm sorry I lied. You know, is he saying I'm sorry I lied? Or is he saying I'm sorry? Is he saying I'm sorry I lied?
Or is he saying, I'm sorry I got caught?
Or he's saying, I'm sorry I deceived everybody and made a bunch of money off of it.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's not really a strong point on that, so let's just continue.
And it's the fact that he goes on podcast and he was like, yeah, I don't take no steroids, no EPAs. The only EPA I do is excellent something.
And that's where it's like, all right, you have to have some reserves of mistrust when people talk to you. Being naive is not a helpful thing. Being overly cynical is not helpful either by any means. But when someone says, I didn't share the information because I didn't want to be discredited for my hard work, and I did, whatever the reasons are, that's nice. I mean, I could get that. We empathize with that. Sure. Excuse me. How much money did you make? $100 million last year was what he boasted that his company made. $100 million. I didn't share because I didn't want people to think I was a weakling or something. I think
you didn't share because that was a lot of money.
I mean, look, hey, you didn't share because you make $100 million. I'll brush this under the rug for $50 million. We'll just get past it together. Let's split the cake, baby. Okay. So when someone says I didn't do it because this, I didn't do it because that, if you know that person received, this is important. This is important because I don't want to equip people with strategies to how to listen better and never be lied to again. Just common sense. If someone greatly benefited off of making a decision, they probably had those thoughts in ahead of time that they were going to benefit by making that decision, right? Most people don't fall into a landfall like a windfall. What is it called? Windfall when you make a lot of money real quick. Most people don't have a huge lump sum of money just appear. It's strategized. It's worked hard for. And when I look at this, I see a guy who knew he was deceiving people, knew that saying that he had taken steroids would throw the whole trail off, and decided to mislead people anyways because there was going to be a huge fucking payday for it.
Yes, this is true. I've continued on with 0.6 cc's of testosterone per week, roughly 120 milligrams of testosterone a week. And no, I don't take any other steroids like nandrolone or Winstrol, but I have tried them in the past without success.
It's like, I'm like, every pause. Look at this pause. I'm sorry, This is such a bad apology.
Yeah.
This is such a bad apology. Now, like, when you tell someone something, you're invoking their trust. Like, I'm telling you something. I have to pull out of my reserves of trust and give that to you, to merge it with that statement, to say it is true or probably true. He's giving us new statements to believe at this point. And we are at zero. We have no trust in the guy. And he's saying, and also, I only take this much. And I have never had this. And I've never done that.
No success with this.
It's like, dude, this is not the time to begin to rebuild of your image, your public image, or your personal image with people. And there's no trust. Like, you got to know that when you're apologizing to someone, their trust account is low right now. It's not like they're ready for you to, like, start saying, but I also never, and I never would. And it's like, dude. There's not much trust in the air right now, so no new statements, please. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I feel like people often misinterpret trust. I guess like they think the currency of trust is words and like what I can offer you and like information about myself. So like I'm gonna tell you a secret, and because I told you a secret, now I trust you, and I'm like, you trust me because I told you a secret, and you're willing to tell me a secret too. So it's like, I think that's his manipulative tactic, is like, I only do this now, and it's 0.6 cc's, and I'm giving you numbers and all this information and data so you can trust me more. But it's like, that's just another manipulative tactic.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Specification usually. I learned this somewhere one time about deceiving people when I was just studying how to deceive people. Like, how to fucking deceive people, man. How do you manipulate people? God, they never do what you want them to do. Something about if you
have you been manipulated by Braxton?
Oh, I'm sure, probably.
I think I have.
I'm here right now, aren't I? You know.
I would like to take a moment to apologize for my manipulation.
Right.
I only did it because I had an idea in my head of what I wanted, and I decided that you wouldn't agree to it if I didn't paint it differently. I'm sorry that I made you agree to something you didn't want to do. Damn, I was gonna say a point.
Oh,
when
I'm
you
so
were
sorry.
you were talking about you learned.
Oh, specification. If you specify something, people are less likely to question it. Something like that. I don't know. Very very vague. But if you tell someone I did it on Tuesday, it was Tuesday morning at like 9:30.
Sure,
that's brilliant. I was like Tuesday. I think it was like morning time, 9:30 ish, something like that. I did that happened.
I'm thinking in my head like, oh, he's definitely not lying to me right
now.
now.
That's also how you catch a lie. If there's too much detail.
Well, you're not agreeing because then you're not agreeing that it happened. Here's the weird thing: you're not agreeing that it happened. You're agreeing 9:30 exists as a time. You're like, I think it's like 9:30, like 9:45 ish. You're like, oh, yeah, 9:45 exists. Yeah.
What is that called when you like mix a lie with the truth? And it's like
a lie?
Kind of a
half truth.
No.
Bullshit.
Half truth.
I learned this in my business class. What is it called? Crap, never mind. Just keep going.
Okay. Yeah, that's the interesting thing. And I'm not agreeing to that it happened. I'm agreeing to that time exists. Very weird little brain thing.
Yeah.
The Liver King brand has had nothing or at least very little to do with my business success. My companies were already kicking ass, already successful before the Liver King public figure, growing at 50% year over year and still growing at the same pace after the Liver King public figure.
He's still making the statement that I was rich.
I'm rich.
I was rich before the fame, and I'm richer now after the fame.
Well,
and it's like why does this apply?
Here's
to
why.
Apology.
I'll tell you why. Because what this is doing right now is saying, my companies have been successful and are still successful. It has made no difference. This was not a financial incentive. I didn't do this to make money. I did this because I'm insecure. I agree with the second part. You did it because you're also insecure. That drives a lot of our decision making.
But you also did it.
And I gave you $100 million last year. So
yeah.
And you're also continuing to advertise your brand before you even apologize. So it's like
Liver King, release your financial statements, please, sir.
Literally.
Already successful before the...
That would be the next leak. You got like the blood work because the blood work got leaked. I want to see financial statements. Like, let's see the earnings for the last year. Let's see the traffic for this website in the past year.
After the Liver King public figure. Nope, I've never had ab implants, ab etching, or any other plastic surgery.
Okay, see, this is like, I don't know. At this point, again, I'm not shitting on Liver King. This is just a great inspiration for talk about manipulative speech. Liver King, don't know what you mean by this, man. I don't know if you are just defending the fact that there's those rumors out or not, but sometimes you can double down on your manipulation by making outlandish claims that you then debunk. No, I have not had Japanese blood cell work done for 2 years. No, I didn't have ostrich eggs that I ate every morning. No, I also didn't have ab implants, nor do I have superhuman powers, okay? It's like you're discounting things no one really ever believed that you did have.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
We know those are true. So you're like making statements that I'm obviously going to agree with you are true, and that feels manipulative because, again, we're here to apologize, my boy. Okay.
And I sure as fuck never actually had gene editing done in Singapore. I made all of that up. It was all intended to be a joke, and that's an expression of ancestral 10 and 10. Have a little goddamn fun. Ultimately, why did I or why do I do them?
I said I got 3 points. First one is painting up a better world. When you're trying to apologize to someone, it's not the best way to go about it, nor is it received well if you're on the receiving end of an apology. Second, dissociating yourself from the one who did the wrong. Embrace it. You're the person who did it wrong. You're not a bad person. Embrace that and represent that to people that you're talking to. The third thing, this is the positive. I think it's good. I think he ended this, at least on somewhat of a good note, where he says, the reason that I did it, which, again, my boy, what the fuck are we even talking about? Because you said you said you did them, and you said you are sorry for them, and then you said you only did it though because you medically required it, which negates the apology, and then now you're saying, okay, the reason I did them is because I'm insecure. What is it, man?
How many reasons are there?
Pick one.
I won't just tell you why I lied. I'll give you a list of the reasons why I lied. Yeah, the last one, kudos to my guy. This is my third point for this video analysis is kudos to you for saying, hey, people are insecure, and I'm one of them. That's admirable.
Vulnerable too, you know.
When I talk about the 85% of the population that suffers from self-esteem issues, that's me.
It's my favorite part of the video.
That should have been the only part of the video.
Yep. Yeah.
Should have been those first 16
Literally.
seconds and then that little
Look,
clip.
guys, I think it's like don't trust what people say. Don't trust what people say. Trust yourself. Trust how you feel when someone's talking to you. And you may not be right the first time. getting involved or getting closer to your own intuition takes time to clear through all the second guessing and the doubts and things. But tune into your body, tune into your peace of mind, tune into how you feel when someone's talking to you. And I don't think that this apology would ever truly hit the part of my heart that says, this guy's attempting to reconcile. To me, I hear someone who, like he's saying right now, wonderfully so, and kudos to you, Brian, I'm insecure as fuck, man. I'm insecure as fuck, and I'm obsessed with my body. I beat the fuck out of my body. He says at one point in this video, I beat the hell out of myself just to feel okay. And that hurts. I mean, I can feel that, man. That hurts. Not the time for that necessarily, because again, I'm not trying to feel sympathy for you. You made $100 million last year off of this shit.
Right.
Okay, so not time for sympathy. You know what I'm saying?
I'm part of that statistic. This is why I fucking work myself to death in the gym. This is why I do 12 to 15 blood burn.
This is the only part of the video that is, I resonate with it. It feels true. This is the only part of the video my guard drops down and I go, this dude's actually talking to me now. We started with an apology, then from 16 seconds into 5 minutes, 20 seconds, it's been bullshit. And then now, here we are, where it's like, look, I'm fucking broken, man. I'm desperate. I am sad. I'm insecure. I beat the fuck out of myself to feel good because I can't not do it. I can't not fucking do it. That's why I do 2 blood burning workouts every fucking day because I have to. Okay, I'm hurting. Okay, I'm one of those people, and steroids have helped me. I feel great on these steroids, right? Then you run the ad for steroids.
Workouts a week just to feel like I'm okay. Still, I have to absolutely crush myself to do so, and I'm wrecked physically and cognitively, and hormone replacement has helped in a profound and significant way.
Good.
And still, I believe that the path to paradise is paved in fucking hell. I previously have said in a weird way, I'm grateful for the recent events that have shed light on this complicated as fuck topic. I knew I needed to take this opportunity to openly discuss everything for me to be a better human.
And that's about it.
Yeah.
We're all insecure, man.
Just own your own truths.
We don't have the 16 grand for the roids.
And not a single one of us sitting here are trying to act any better. You know, we are all just humans. At the end of the day, I have yet to meet a perfect person.
Yeah, we are all just real human beings. Every one of us at this table.
For real.
It's okay.
You too, Christian.
You can cry.
Yeah, let it out, buddy.
I hope you've enjoyed this short video of going through the Liver King apology, and I hope we hit the nail on the head with our intention. Our intention was to go through this together and share insights to how we can better communicate with one another, how this video missed the mark in terms of an apology. And again, not that Liver King or Brian Johnson, not that you're a bad guy. You're a great guy. You're awesome. You kind of fucked up. You know that part. Don't feel shame from us. There's no shame coming from us. Hope you've enjoyed this video, and we will see you in the next one.